How about this new one they have, their new star, Crockett? How about her?
She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man.
She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
doing nothing while Trump takes your hard-earned money, skims your Social Security, slashes Medicare, and gives tax breaks to billionaires. I'm done. I'm done watching the American dream on life support while Trump tries to pull the plug. The gloves have been off, and now I'm jumping into the ring. I'm asking for your support to be the next United States Senator from the greatest state of Texas.
It's time for Media Meltdown, starting with Jasmine Crockett, who claimed that several Republicans were taking donations from Jeffrey Epstein, but having clearly not done her research. The only problem with that is the Jeffrey Epstein who was giving donations to Republican Lee Zeldin was an entirely different person, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, not the convicted sex offender. Here is Jasmine Crockett on CNN, not really being grilled on this, of course, but being asked if she'd like to perhaps correct the record.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that...
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people.
It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. I mean, what on earth is she saying? She wants to give her team credit because they used Google. Well done, Jasmine Crockett's team. I mean, who are probably just as bright as she is. But Lee Zeldin's reply to Jasmine Crockett's claim was brilliant. He wrote, yes, Crockett, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who was a totally different person than the other Jeffrey Epstein, donated to a prior campaign of mine. No freaking relation, you genius. Now, CNN's Caitlin Collin pushes back gently and asks Jasmine Crockett on maybe her statement that perhaps she was, in fact, misleading.
Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
a registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know. When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted sex trafficker.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein, because I knew that we would need more time to really dig in.
Joining us now is Chief Economist at the Institute of Public Affairs, Adam Crichton. I mean, what a defence from Jasmine Crockett there. You know, I think often we lose a few brain cells every time we listen to Jasmine Crockett speak. She really is an embarrassment for the Democrats.
Yeah, look, I think it was very funny how she said that, she wasn't specifically talking about the Jeffrey Epstein, just, that she was factual. It was a Jeffrey Epstein, and, she should have known. That's going to be a very common name, actually, in New York, of all places, obviously. Fairly Jewish name. So it's pretty embarrassing that given her enormous staff, she probably has 20, 30 personal staffers. She's a congresswoman, that no one bothered to check this before she went out there with this information. So she'll probably sack someone over it, I imagine. But at least this gave us some humour in this saga, which is never ending. And the Jeffrey Epstein has been dead now for what, six years or something, 7 years, and it's still, he certainly casts a long shadow over US politics.
Absolutely, and the Democrats keep trying to kind of bring it up, and it's interesting now, of course, the files are finally being released, but Jasmine Crockett, I mean, that was a train wreck of an interview on CNN.